Good morning 11th students. Chemistry part 1 lesson number 6 thermodynamics. Today's our part is part 1. I am starting this chapter today. Here I will give you the introduction of the lesson thermodynamics. Okay, now you are knowing in earlier that chemical energy stored by molecules can be released as long during chemical reactions when a fuel like methane, cooking gas or coal burns in the air. Okay, you are going to fill your vehicle, car, scooty, etc., and it gives the mechanical work. The chemical energy stored there may be used to do the mechanical work when a fuel burns in an energy or to provide electrical energy through a galvanic cell or a dry cell. Thus, there are various forms that one energy is going to transform into another energy. The study of these transformation we will study in the thermodynamics chapter. We will study the law of thermodynamics and how the energy is going to change. This conversion thermodynamics is not concerned about the law, but how and at what rate these energy transformation are carried out, but based on initial and final stage of a system surrounding the change. Okay, see, law of thermodynamics apply only when a system is in equilibrium or moves from one equilibrium state to another equilibrium state. Macroscopic properties like pressure and temperature do not change with the time as a system in equilibrium state. So in this chapter I will teach you, see one example I am teaching you, I am showing you. If you are going to heat water in bucket or you are making tea, okay, so that energy when you have started the cooking gas and after boiling it the tea has been made, what is the change? Okay, otherwise if you are keeping the lid covered on the water, then you can see the water molecules on the surface of the, so after heating and before heating, what is the change? That is called the thermodynamics. Here I will show you thermodynamics. In part 1, I will teach you thermodynamics terms. Now, in chemical reactions and the energy changes according them, so we have to understand certain thermodynamics terms. First, 6.1, the system and the surroundings. Now, what is the system? A system in thermodynamics refers to that part of universe in which observations are made and remaining universe constitute surroundings. Okay, now this include everything other than system. So a system and surroundings constitute together universe. I will show you with an example. See, if I am taking this, if you are making a tea in this bowl, so tea is called, where the tea vessel is called the system. Okay, remaining outside area is called the surrounding, and combinedly it calls the in universe. You are doing the work in universe. So where you are making tea or boiling water or boiling tea is called the system, outside area is called surrounding, and complete area is called the universe. Okay, so system, surroundings and universe. Reactions of two substances A and B kept in beaker. The beaker containing the reactions mixture, containing the reaction mixture is system, and room where the beaker is kept is called surrounding. In 6.1 figure, when you will enter in the lab, now we will do the practicals. Otherwise you did maybe in the 10th or what, in the lab or what, where in the flask or beaker you are doing the reactions with acid and base or whatever. This is called the beaker, is called the system, outside area is called surroundings, and this whole part is called the universe. Okay, system may be defined by physical boundaries like beaker or test tube. You can see, it is kept. Your tea vessel is kept in a container. So, these is called the physical boundaries. It is not an open, it is physical boundaries. So where we can keep. Or the system may be simple, be defined by a set of Cartesian coordinates specifying a particular volume in a space. You are going to take a water bottle of 100 ml or coconut oil or whatever liquid or solid in a vessel that is specified by certain boundaries. Now system is separated from the surroundings by some sort of wall which may be real or imaginary. The wall that separates the system from surroundings is called boundary. Okay, this system and surroundings are separated by some boundaries. This is designed to allow to control and keep track of all movements of matter and energy in and out of system. See, if I am taking 500 ml of water but filling 100 ml, so there is a space. Now we will study 6.12 types of systems. Types of system. There are three types of system: open system, closed system, and isolated system. So what is an open system? There is an exchange of energy and matter and surroundings. Their system is called 6.2a. Okay, there is exchange of matter and system. See, if we are doing titration, I am allowing 1 ml, 1 ml, 1 ml. So this is open system where I can do the process. The presence of reaction in an open beaker is an example of open system, open beaker. It is not covered with the lid, so I can add some more and more volume. Here the boundary is an imaginary surface enclosing the beaker and the reactants. Reactants are here. This is imaginary boundary. Now second one is, so what is the open system? Where the exchange of energy and matter and surroundings. Second, closed system. Here there is no exchange of matter but exchange of energy is possible between system and surrounding. See, it is closed. Okay? But if you are taking a simple water bottle, after that first of all you are taking cool. Sometimes after 1 hour or 2 hours that coolness will be converted into hotness. Otherwise, if you are keeping a vessel covered with lid and you are boiling, after that, after boiling, you are closing the gas, and after 1 or 2 hours, that utensil is going to cool. So, in the closed system, there is exchange of matter, but exchange of energy, no exchange of matter. See, it is covered. So, there is no exchange of matter. Here exchange of matter, here no exchange of matter, but heat means energy is going to possible convert. The presence of reactants in a closed vessel made of conducting material, example copper or steel is an example of closed system. Now third one is isolated system. There is no exchange of energy or matter between the system and surroundings. No exchange of matter or energy. Isolated system. The presence of reactants in a thermos flask or any other closed insulated vessel is an example of isolated system. If we are bringing a tea, wherever in hospital or wherever, the tea is remaining hot up to 3, 4, 5, 6 to 7 hours. That is called thermos is a good example of isolated, where there is no exchange of energy or matter. Okay, so I taught you three systems. Now next our topic is the state of the systems. For useful calculations, Systems can be specifying by quantitative such as pressure, volume, temperature, as well as composition of system. See, if I am boiling water, I am taking some volume 100 ml, and at what pressure and temperature. If I am continuously boiling, so at what temperature. So these calculations. Systems can be described by before and after change. See, first of all, I am heating and I am not giving heat. I am at what temperature? At 25-degree temperature. So, before and after. Instant of time, at what time I am keeping, at what time I am heating, by the position and velocity of each mass point of system. We specify the state of system by state functions or state variables. Okay, variables like pressure, volume, temperatures are called the state variables or the state functions. Their values depends only on the state of system and not on how it is reached, how it is reached. Okay, so before and after only. How means from which path they have gone. Once these minimum number of microscopic properties are fixed, means we will say at this temperature, and at this pressure the volume is like that. Other automatically have definite values. Okay, so in this way we will do the state of the system by state functions or state variables. Tomorrow in the next lecture I will teach you 6.14, the internal energy as a state function. Okay, so students, lesson number 6 part 1, you prepare notes with me as I am teaching you, please.